worried about the fact that we believe the MEC has a negative attitude towards Afrikaans, and illustrated on Twitter when he said that he's irritated by the fact that we still have Afrikaans schools in 2016.
I'm going to do the opposite of everything one gentleman called Hendrik Verwoerd did in this country. That's my mission. The only thing I share with Verwoerd is my name, Hendrik, and it ends there. Beyond there, I'm going to do everything this gentleman did in the history. And what this gentleman said, this gentleman said there will be education for black people, education for Indians, education for colors, education for white South Africans. And I'm saying, I'm doing the opposite. What is the opposite? I'm saying there's education for all. My child went to a school called Van Riebeck, Lion Primary School. It was uncomfortable for me as a parent. We are all there. People want to speak only in Afrikaans, but they know we are there, all of us. I stomached that for 7 full years for the sake of my own child. I don't want any other parent to go through that pain. If there is a school that wants to use Afrikaans as a mother tongue, under my leadership, they have the right, they're entitled, I'll be the first one to defend them. Under my leadership. There will be no single school that will be undermined purely because it's teaching in Afrikaans. Under my leadership in this province. There will be no single school that will be destroyed purely because it chose Afrikaans as a language. There will be no single school that will be denied to practice Afrikaans. But if you want only Afrikaans in your own school alone, that's where we differ. And we can meet and deal with it. And I'll tell you why I want to differ with you on that one. I don't want schools for train buses alone. I don't want them. Train buses alone. Playing alone. These are train buses. No. We can't. We can't. We'll never allow that. Kriel can say there's no school that is exclusively white, yes, but he knows 98% or 99% of the schools. And if I was malicious, and that's what I always tell people, if I was malicious, I would have an audit in all these African schools. All those children, all of them are outside 5-kilometer radius, which the law says. I can give you the list, they're outside 5 kilometers. If I want to dismantle those schools, I can do it over a signature on a pen. Did I do that? No, because I protect you. I want to go to the African community and I want to assure them their language is not under threat. They will have education in their mother tongue. They will be given all the support they need to develop their language, to develop their material. I will not discriminate in terms of funding because this is an Afrikaner school, I'm giving less money and give me more. I will treat all the children equally because all these children in all these schools belong to all of us, not separate individuals.
I hate it when they say Afrikaners have fears. We have no fears. We have legitimate concerns. And what is a legitimate concern? It is if you look at what happens. What we are hearing now, the same language, and I'm glad the MEC said that Afrikaans would not become under threat and nobody would be prohibited from using Afrikaans. And I'm glad to hear that. But the problem is, I've heard that same sentence many times in the past. I heard it with regard to the Rand Afrikaans University. I heard it with regard to the University of the Free State. And then you come one day and you have someone like Jonathan Jansen that says, let's make it totally English. And you're creating a barrier for people in that community. It is also a barrier to quality education if you force Afrikaans out of an institution. If you hit your head 10 times against the wall, don't come and tell us the 11th time, would not be that bad. We see what happened. We believe the move towards the Anglicization of our schools is not only to the detriment of Afrikaans children, it's to the detriment of the vast majority of black children in this country whose mother tongue is not English. So we believe English is not the way to provide access. It's actually a barrier to access to good education. What is happening now, in 1976, schools were forced to use Afrikaans as a language. And by not allowing Afrikaans schools, pupils are now going to be forced to use English. And that is the same mistake that was made in 1976. We should not make it again. The real enemy that we all need to fight is that 80% of our schools in the country are dysfunctional.